Welcome back to Duckman Cycles and VW Garage. I'm your host, the Duckman. We're back today for another exciting adventure of Duckman Cycles. That's right, yeah, Duckman Cycles. Anyway, I'd like to discuss something that I really don't want to talk about anymore, but people just continue to bring up, and that's my air filters inside of the Type 3 engine compartment. People just won't let it die. That what they believe is that the air filters or the carburetors, the way they are set up, is going to suck nothing but hot air from that engine compartment, and it's going to be robbing up to 50% of my horsepower, and that car is going to drive terribly, and there's no chance and no way of salvaging that until I actually try to build some cold air intake to pull it from the outside world. Otherwise, the car is going to run like crap, and the fuel mileage is going to be terrible, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, the story just goes on and on and on. But the fact is, I actually get 30 miles a gallon on it the way it is. I know it's going to be fine. I know it's going to work well, but I'm going to disprove this myth by actually doing a little bit of science. So I picked up a couple of thermometers, and we're going to measure the intake air temperature right at the carburetor, right at the air filter, as well as the ambient temperature outside, and we're going to do a little bit of math. First, we're going to open up the boxes here and do a little look at the product and see what it's like. I try not to show brand names, but I mean, this is one of those ones where I kind of have to. So we're going to do some science, and we're going to do some calculations and figure out what kind of difference there is in the temperature, if any. Maybe it'll be huge. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, there's a great possibility in that, but I thought it would be fun anyway to do a science video, so we're going to try to get that one up tomorrow. This is kind of a Q&A type video. I wanted to do more today, but unfortunately I worked all day, and I didn't get in until about 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight, which is the reason why this video is going up a little later than normal. But, yep, we're going to open up this box here and find out exactly what's in it, and if it's going to work for the application. I suspect it will. It's actually a grilling thermometer, which means it has a much higher range than a typical weather thermometer will. So the benefit of that is, well, engine compartments can get much hotter than Earth's typical temperature. And I know that as a fact. I mean, yeah, if I just lay the thermometer on top of the engine, I mean, it could hit 200 degrees. Boiling temperatures, you know, you spray water on it and it goes, sizzles right off. Anyways, you guys get the idea. Like, comment, subscribe, pluck the little dingle bell you see next to the subscribe button. I get updates every time I upload a video. Don't forget to join Duckman Cycles VW Garage up on the Facebook group page. And if you'd like to email me, duckmancycles@duckshit.net. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll be back in just a minute. Boom! So to do a little science on the Type 3, I decided to pick up a thermometer. And this is a grilling thermometer, and according to the numbers that I'm looking at here, it goes up to 482 degrees. I wanted something that went to a much higher temperature than that of a typical outdoor thermometer. A lot of those only go up to, like, 120 degrees and have trouble going beyond that. They might display all X's or all zeros, or it'll just max out. I needed something that went higher, and a grilling thermometer is actually a good idea for it. And I got this one, and actually, I bought two of them because they were on clearance, and I got them really, really cheap. I don't know how good of a product it is. I don't know how accurate it's going to be, but I really don't need them to be accurate. I just need the two of them to be consistent, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up one to measure the ambient air temperature, and I'm going to set up the second one to measure the air temperature that's inside the air filter. Whatever air that's getting through that filter, we want to find out exactly what the temperature of that is. So of course we're going to do the math and find out what the difference is, and then we're going to calculate using some of the formulas and calculators that are online, exactly what the engine efficiency is with the air temperature that's going into the carburetors, and of course how much the temperature is being affected. Because some people think it's going to be affected a ton, some people think it's going to be affected a little and make very minimal differences. But it's been a big argument and a big debate, and it really burns me, but I think it's going to be good to have a science experiment here. So let's go ahead and do a little unboxing and see exactly what kind of product we have in this package. Okay, to my surprise, when I look at this, I was expecting some little dinky thing, some stupid little thing here, but it's actually got a rather big display on it. This is another one of the things that sold me on it. I just really, really like the display. It's really big and easy to read, and as an added benefit, I discovered it's magnetic. So I should be able to, stick it right on my dashboard and point a camera at it and actually watch the recorded temperatures. So you guys can actually learn something with me while we're going through this. Now it's It's got a self-contained battery inside of it, and it's charged by a USB cable. They just happen to have used a phone charger in here in case I do require one. Yeah, it plugs in on the wrong side. That's annoying, but I guess it's not too big of a deal in this case. Okay, so let's see. I see it lit up. Is it actually on? No, it's off, but charging. Okay, now it's on. Ooh, I didn't plug the probe in. Here's our probe. I suppose we should check to see if it's actually going to give us the proper temperature. Yeah, I guess that 777 or LLL. Looking that way. It looks like LLL is going to be what it is here. This is our probe. And this is just your typical meat thermometer, really. It says it's a grilling thermometer, but I think that you'd want to leave this buried in your grill somewhere. Although, you know what? This is not a fabric nor rubber insulated wire. It's actually, looks like stainless steel braided. There must be another wire running through it. I wonder what they use as an insulator. I don't want to cut it open though and see, but that's a curious question. Of course, you wouldn't want to expose this end to the heat. This is just plastic. It feels like a rubberized plastic, probably some kind of ABS or something. Plug that right in here. Alright, let's turn it off and back on again. See if we can get this thing reset. Did I kill it? What the hell's going on here? Alright. Off. On. Nothing happened. Wonder if I got a defective one or if I screwed it up by not plugging the probe in when I turned it on. There it is. Okay. Now I'm probably going to have to read the manual on this, but it's, there we go. Okay, it was on Celsius, but now it's on Fahrenheit. It says our target temperature is 171 degrees. That's, of course, for cooking meat. Our target temperature is actually going to be, well, whatever the ambient temperature is. If it's 60 degrees outside when I'm operating this thing, I guess we can set it to that. But I don't need the alarms or the buzzers or any other crap that's in here. So I'm not going to use it for that purpose. You can see it's actually charging up the battery right now. So I'm going to let this sit for a little while until that stops flashing, because that's a typical protocol. Once that stops doing its blinky blinky, it should be good. But it says it's 68 degrees currently in the house, and I believe that. I'll check the thermostat on the wall. It's probably accurate or close to accurate. Right now we're below some windows that are over here, and it's getting kind of Florida cold outside. I'm not running the heat right now, but you guys catch the drift. Let's see if we can get the temperature go up. Okay. Goes up pretty quickly, too. I was hoping the temperature would move rather quickly. That wasn't going to wait like 5 or 10 seconds for an update. Try something warmer here. Let's see. Put it in an armpit. There we go. Looks like it updates about every 2 seconds or so. I think that's pretty good. Because one of the critical things that we need to see is how quickly the temperature inside of the engine compartment changes when I accelerate, and the air, the cool air, comes through the engine compartment and evacuates the hotter air that's in there. Of course, we're going to also check to see how hot the temperature gets while it's sitting and idling, and of course what kind of difference that is based on the ambient temperature that's outside. But with it just sitting in my armpit here through my t-shirt, looking at 91 degrees, and I think it's still going to go up a little higher than that. It should probably hit close to body temperature. Of course, it's not a true internal temperature, but yeah, you go 95. Gonna get any warmer than that? I'm kind of pushing in my armpit a little deeper here. Yeah, I think it'll probably max out right about there. It might go a little bit higher, but not a true internal temperature. Of course, I can put it under my tongue, but I'm not going to. It's already started to drop since I took it out. Yeah, blowing on it does make the temperature change too. See, putting it on something cool here like this brake drum, that should drop it down a little faster as the brake drum sucks the heat right out of it, and it is. So anyway, I think this is going to be a good example to test the temperature of the air in the engine compartment that's actually going into the intake, and see how it compares to the air outside. And we're going to do some calculations and figure out exactly how much power is lost based on the air temperature differences. So anyway, that's going to be upcoming in one of the Q&A videos, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that one, that's for sure. Okay, as I said before, the key to these isn't so much their accuracy, but rather the consistency between the two of them. So yeah, they are both showing 68 degrees. I got both of the probes put up underneath the disc brake that I put over here, and they're both showing the same temperature. So I mean, there is no variance, and if there is, it's less than a whole degree, and it's not making a difference here in this case at all. You might notice the one is actually showing Wi-Fi up on the screen over here, and the reason is, and this is kind of neat, it's an additional feature that was built into this, but over here on my busted ass phone, you can see it actually sends the temperature over to the phone, so I could use my phone as a remote display, and that's kind of cool. Phone, tablet, it's compatible with Android and with iPhones. So I don't know if I'll be using that so much. I mean, it'd be kind of cool. I could use a screen recorder and go that route, but I think what I'll probably do is I'll just GoPro the whole thing. So I got to build a little apparatus, clip this GoPro onto it, and then just get the sucker recorded. So that way I could actually make a video with this. It'd be nice if I got full sound in it too, so you hear it revving up and everything else. So there's no reason I couldn't hook my microphone to that just the same. Anyways, if you guys think that's going to be kind of cool, you know, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to get to this video, well, maybe as soon as tomorrow. I'll get up early in the morning. I don't have any installs tomorrow because it turned out my schedule got changed. And that was without my knowledge and without anybody telling me. They just came up in conversation, but that's another story for another time. I was actually treated very unfairly. And, well, I kind of got a little nasty with some people, and hopefully they'll straighten themselves out. Anyways, as always, like, comment, subscribe, as I said before. Don't forget to join Duckman Cycles VW Garage up on a Facebook group page. And if you'd like to email me, duckmancycles@duckshit.net. And yes, my email address is working. I actually had somebody posting that it was, but I'm still getting emails from all you guys except for one of you. And I'd love to find out exactly why. So hopefully he's going to send me what the bounce messages are. I hate doing email tech support. I really do. And of all the internet services that I provide, email is not one of them. I don't do email for my customers anymore, just because it's a disaster. It's a disaster when things don't work right, and they expect it to be 100% all the time, and it's just not how it works. And it's not always my services. It's very often somebody else's, because I can fix mine. I can't fix someone else's. So anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, you guys.